I played that for Johan, who saw the Fisherman's Friends at the Royal Cornwall Show, and also hi to Sue and Carl from Llangollen, who are on a campsite in Cornwall as well, and a big shout out to whoever you are who wanted to say hello to your other half, Amy, who saw Dafydd Ian even singing in Wrexham last weekend. That's terrific, isn't it? I love that. Maz O'Connor, Anything Once, from the album What I Wanted, which is out now. She's on tomorrow at the Lee Folk Festival in Leigh-on-Sea, which is running until Sunday, the UK's biggest free folk festival in its 30th anniversary year. Well done, guys. These times more than ever, we need stuff that doesn't cost as much, don't we? Also playing at the Rhythm Tree Festival, Kennel Calling and Wickham. That's it. I'll be back next Wednesday at 9. Stand by for Trevor Nelson's Rhythm Nation. This was a 7 Digital production on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker, and on 88 to 91 FM.
We're the BBC News at 10 o'clock. This is Jason Kay. Efforts to reach survivors of an earthquake in Afghanistan are being hampered by heavy rain. The quake is thought to have killed at least 1,000 people. The Taliban, who took over the country last August, have appealed for international help. But Ramatullah Nuraz from the Kamar Foundation, that's a charity which provides disaster relief in Afghanistan, says sanctions are making it hard to get aid into the country.
Many charities, just like us, we are facing big difficulties transferring funds because the banks are not really happy sending money to Afghanistan. But hopefully, if this problem can be solved, and international community, especially people here in the UK, they should be paying attention to the communities in Afghanistan because people are genuinely suffering.
Figures from the last month have shown that inflation now stands at 9.1%. That's the highest level for 40 years. The Office for National Statistics said that food and fuel prices went up particularly sharply. Here's Andy Verity.
The Bank of England has said 80% of the inflationary pressure is global. In the year to May, it was what was happening elsewhere in the world that was driving the rise, rather than union pay claims. Prices of services, where wages typically represent a bigger proportion of the price, were up by 4.9%, but goods shot up by 12.4%. Inflation's likely to accelerate before it slows down, leaving most households worse off because their incomes aren't keeping up with the cost of living. And with higher inflation seemingly here to stay for now, the clamour for wage rises to match it is likely to stay too.
Parents in the UK have been warned to make their children's polio vaccines up to date after traces of the disease were found in London's sewage system. Health officials believe the finds could be linked to someone who received a vaccine abroad using a jab that featured a live form of the virus. The Health Secretary Sajid Javid said he wasn't particularly worried by the outbreak because of a high rate of polio vaccination in the UK. Talks between the RMT union and railway bosses to resolve a dispute over pay and modernisation have broken down. A second 24-hour walkout will begin at midnight, and a further strike is scheduled for Saturday. The industrial action has caused difficulty for some commuters, but others are still backing the rail workers.
I'm having to stay over this evening and probably stay over tomorrow evening as a result. It's a nuisance, but I've just planned for it.
I respect anyone that feels that they're being hard done by, and they'll get what they want out of it, and we can all get on to work and get back to normal again.
8 medical staff who treated the footballer Diego Maradona in the days before he died will stand trial accused of criminal negligence. Legal officials in Argentina said that among those facing charges was Maradona's family doctor. The footballer died of a heart attack in 2020 while recovering from brain surgery on a blood clot. No date has been set for the trial. And the weather, it'll be dry and clear for large parts of the UK this evening and overnight, but it will be quite cloudy in Northern Ireland and Western Scotland. That's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 10.
Thank you very much, and thanks to Mark Radcliffe, as always. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go!
It's Trevor Nelson's Magnificent 7.
It is indeed. It's my Magnificent 7 just for you. I'd like to hear from you. You know, you can text, WhatsApp or email me just to say hi, what kind of a day you've had. Got 7 tunes lined up for you. I think you're going to enjoy them. You better.
The Magnificent 7 on BBC Radio 2.